Uh, so, uh, so the philosophies that believe in the Maya as the material cause and material cause of this jagat, do they believe like in the creation destruction of Maya? And
Hello?
like if they do, hello, can you hear me?
I am not able to hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, can
Can
you ask
we
again?
hear? Yeah, we are able to hear.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Can you repeat your question?
Yeah. So the philosophies that believe in like Maya as a material cause of this jagat, do they consider in the creation and destruction of Maya? And if like they do, then from what do they think that Maya has been created according to the other sampradayas?
See, this is a philosophical stand from Shankaracharya. What he expects is that Maya is not created by anyone. It means like Brahma, Maya is Anadi. It means it is not created by anyone, but it can be destroyed. Brahma is Anadi and Anant both. It means he is not even created and he cannot even be destroyed. But Maya is not created, but it can be destroyed. Now, Maya exactly doesn't create the universe, but what they believe is that, as for example, if I stand in front of a mirror and if I see my reflection in the mirror and feel that this is me, for example, because in the image which is appearing in the mirror is just an illusion. It is not reality, it is just a virtual reality. Same way, when Brahma stands in front of the mirror of Maya, Maya will work as a mirror, Brahma will work as a person. For example, it is me. If I am standing in front of the mirror and if I am seeing my reflection in the mirror and if I start considering that it is me, it means there are two me. Same way, when Brahma considers he stands in front of the mirror of Maya and feels that this is me. It means Brahma would feel that the reflection of the Brahma which is appearing in the mirror of Maya, Brahma feels that it is the Jagat, it is the universe. Alike our reflection in the mirror, Brahma feels that this is my form, these are my names and these are my functions. So in the mirror of Maya, the reflection he is able to see is considered as the universe. This is how Shankaracharya explains the process. And when that Maya is destroyed, alike if, for example, if I remove the mirror, then I won't be able to see my reflection. There won't be any reflection. So if I remove the mirror from in front of me, then I'll be remaining and there will be nothing in front of me. Same way, if Bhagavan wants to destruct the Maya, Brahma will destroy the Maya and there will be no universe. As there will be no reflection without mirror, same way there will be no virtual reality or virtual existence of the universe which is appearing in the mirror of Maya.
Ji Raj. So the jagat is a reflection of Bhagwan in the form of the Maya.
Yeah, it is the illusionary reflection. Universe is the illusionary reflection, and therefore Brahma starts considering that I have created the universe.
Okay. So I also wanted to ask that, like, do Maya and Jagat have like a relationship of dharma and dharmi, like according to the other philosophy, since dharma means like the material cause and dharmi is like the final product. So like, is
No, no.
Maya the
Maya is not the material cause. Maya just provides the base. For example, when we want to project something, we need a wall. In that way, Brahma is like a wall and Maya is projecting the universe on Brahma. Consider this example. Maya is not working as a material cause. For example, if I want to show anything and if I want to project anything, then I will be just using the projector as a device and I will be showing the image on the wall. So Brahma is like a wall, he is a reality, but whatever is being projected in the form of universe on Brahma is as illusionary as the projected image on the wall.
I understand, but like in the other sampradayas, like in the other philosophies, except Brahmavad, do they consider like Maya and the Jagat having a relationship of dharma and dharmi?
No, no. Because even Maya is not a real. Maya itself is an illusionary material. So Maya cannot be used as material cause. Like the image being projected, Maya just projects the universe on the Brahma, and Brahma works like the wall.
Ji Raja. And so I had like another couple of questions. So the Ved is
Yes.
read like so like the Ved is read by many people who have faith in other theories regarding the creation of the world. So in the Ved, Bhagwan himself is stating that he is the creator, a sustainer and destroyer of this Jagat. Um, so why do the other why do the other believers in like other theories continue to consider like other materials as the upadan karan nimit karan of the jagat, in spite of their understanding that Bhagwan is the material cause once they read the Ved, and the Ved is the direct words of Shri Krishna? Do they just not have?
They do accept Veda, but there are first answer is that there are interpretationary differences. It means there would be difference with interpretations. I will interpret the text in a different way. For example, if the same text is given to you, you will have some different interpretation. So these are not the textual differences, but interpretationary differences. Second thing is that, for example, if I am reading the Ved, what Mahaprabhuji explains is that we are supposed to accept the each and every letter of the Ved as it is without using our own brain in understanding the text. To the extent that Mahaprabhuji explains that, for example, if Ved says that the stones are floating, then just accept that stones are floating. If Ved says that the fire is cold, then accept that fire is cold. So for Mahaprabhuji, Ved is an unquestionable authority. It means if anything is written in the Ved, we are not supposed to use our own understanding and brain in interpreting it, but we are supposed to accept each and every letter of Ved as its real form, as in its real form. Now, what Shankaracharya ji understands is that we are not supposed to accept each and every letter of Ved as it is, but we can use our own understanding in the interpretations, and therefore we have interpretational differences. For example, if there is a sentence written in the Ved that fire is cold, for example, so are you and me supposed to accept it? We won't be able to understand the text. That what does it mean? Why a Ved is saying that fire is cold? Because in our worldly experience, we understand that fire is not cold, fire is hot. So, for example, by my own experience, my worldly experience, if I try to change what Ved is explaining, then according to Mahaprabhuji this is wrong, but according to Shankaracharya ji it can be accepted. And therefore the philosophers have interpretational differences. They don't accept everything as it is written in the Ved, but Mahaprabhuji explains that we are not supposed to use our own understanding or our own brain in interpreting the Ved. Even if we have the differences with our worldly experience, even though what Ved writes has to be accepted, not what we experience.
Okay, Ji Raja. So the other philosophies, they kind of interpret the Ved, like the text, they interpret the Ved, but Sri Mahaprabhuji wants us to understand the Ved as the direct words of Shri Krishna, and we can't interpret it. We have to understand it the way it is written.
Yeah. For example, if I am not able to understand anything, then according to Mahaprabhuji, it will be your mistake. It means it will be my mistake to not understand the Ved, not from the part of Bhagavan, or not from the part of the Ved. If you are not able to understand the text of the Ved, then it is your mistake, not from the part of the Ved. So Ved has to be understood and accepted in its form, however it explains, and each and every letter of Ved has to be accepted as the form of Bhagavan himself. So for Mahaprabhuji, he doesn't accept interpretational differences. He says that if Ved writes that the fire is cold, then the fire is cold. Your experience is wrong or your understanding is wrong. You are not able to understand, but we cannot add the meaning which are obtained by our brain in the interpretations of Ved. This is our method which is accepted by Mahaprabhuji, but not all Acharya accept this method.
So is that what we have to follow?
We are supposed to follow what Mahaprabhuji explains.
Right.
Yeah, we are supposed to follow that. We won't be accepting anything which is obtained by our understanding, but we are supposed to only accept what are the words of Ved.
Okay.
So according to Mahaprabhuji, there can be no such interpretational differences. Ved can only have a single interpretation. And therefore, Mahaprabhuji explains that don't try to interpret Ved independently, consult Gita for that. Because whichever topics are scattered in Ved or which are explained by in a much lengthy way in the Ved are compiled by Bhagavan himself in Bhagavad Gita. So Mahaprabhuji explains that whenever you want to decide the meaning of Ved, whenever you want to come to the conclusion, then you are supposed to consult Gita for understanding the Ved.
Ji Raja, and I also had a question, like my last question is about the theory of Ajativad that you explained last time, that Acharya Gotpad had said that the Acharya Gotpad believed that the universe had an imaginary existence because Brahma was lacking the attributes and characteristics that were used for producing the universe. So, and at the same time,
just to correct, Brahma is not lacking any attributes, but Brahma in his infinity cannot have any character. He is not lacking anything, but a material which is infinite cannot create anything out of it. Only finite materials have attributes and characteristics. Infinite materials don't have characteristics and attributes. This is what Gaudapad accepts. And therefore he says that Brahma doesn't have the character to create anything out of it.
Okay, Ji Raja. So as you said that Brahma doesn't have any like Brahma, because he's infinite, he does not have like characteristics. And at the same time, you'd explained that Acharya Gaudapad believed Brahma as the only existing absolute reality. So and in a few previous classes, you had said that existence could have multiple forms, whether it is illusionary existence, virtual existence, imaginary existence. So if Ajativad thought Brahma as the only absolute existence in this world with nothing else existing, how can the universe have an imaginary existence?
Just like Shankaracharya, he says that all the Jeev, it means all the individual beings like us, we are particles of Brahma. We are created, we are not created out of Brahma, but Brahma himself imagines the universe. Like Brahma allows the Maya to project the universe on itself. Same way, according to Gaudapad also, Brahma has the attribute, doesn't have the attribute to create anything, but he allows the imagination. Is that clear?
Yeah, I understand now. Thank you for clarifying
Fine.
all these questions.
Yeah. Anyone else? Do we have any more questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of like off topic, but like it was just like a question I had. So we know that like us jivas are like created out of the sat and chit attributes of Bhagwan, as well as like being like separated out of Brahma, like a fire, like there's like sparks from a fire. However, like we have also learned that through the process of evolution and natural selection, like the first bacteria on Earth was like transformed through evolution into the different animals like birds, fish, penguins, etc. that we know now. So did Brahma create these animals through the process of evolution, or is it just like us, like jivas, being created out of being separated from Brahma?
See, what our process of creation explains is that this was not the process. It means from the ape, we were developed as a human beings. This was not the process. But as per our theories and understanding, when Brahma wanted to create the universe, he first of all created Brahmaji, and then he asked Brahmaji to create the universe. So Brahmaji saw the format of the universe, the whole blueprint in the body of Bhagwan. Bhagwan expressed the whole blueprint of the universe in front of him, and when Brahmaji saw that blueprint, he created the universe alike the blueprint he saw in Bhagwan. And first of all, he created the insentient objects, the non-living organisms, objects. It means the earth and all the lok, all the places were created first of all. After that, he created the plants. After the creation of earth, plants were created. After plants, water was created. And after Prithvi, Jal, Tej, Vayu and Akash, these 5 basic elements, all the plants, after the creation of the plants, the animals, birds and microorganisms were created, and after that Manu and Shatrupa, these were the two children of Brahma. A couple was created out by Brahma, and then we all are the children of Manu and Shatrupa, and therefore the child of Manu is known as Manav, a human being. So we are, according to our scriptures, we don't accept the process of evolution. It means we were developed as a human being from the body of an ape, etc. This is not the process which we accept, and mostly not any of the religious philosophies accept this process of evolution. Not even Christianity, because according to them we are the children of Adam and Eve. Same way, not even Judaism, not even Christianity, not even Islam, not even Hinduism, not even the Parsi Zoroastrian religion, mostly not even a single religious philosophy accept the process of evolution. And even now, the theory which was accepted by Darwin is negated. The process of evolution has been negated now. So we are not accepting this process, as in our Shastra, in Bhagavad and in the other Purans, the process of creation has been accepted like this, that all of us, we are children of Manu and Shatrupa. They were the first couple created by Brahma.
Okay, so yeah, so like Brahma created this universe, and then he first created the Jad Padarth, then he created the plants, then the water, then the basic like animals, and then he created birds, and then out of his children are known as Manu and
Shatarupa.
Yeah, Shatarupa, and then they are like the basis of like all of humanity.
Yeah, and therefore the child of Manu is addressed as Manav, human. So we are known as Manav because we are children of Manu.
Okay, thank you.
If you get an English translation of Bhagavat, you may go through the 5th chapter of Bhagavat. The whole process of creation is explained there.
Okay.
Pranam Raja, but there are so many Bhagavad Gita available, so would you recommend any? Which one we should prefer?
Gita Press or ISKCON, whichever English translation is available. ISKCON and Gita Press are the authentic publications. For any of the Hindu scriptures, we are supposed to refer both these publications. Mostly English translation will be available with the ISKCON. Even Gita Press has the English translation of Bhagavat. Both are the authentic publications, so go for those.
So should we be reading the Bhagavad Gita?
Yeah, even Bhagavad Gita must be referred.
Okay, so which one should we read though? Which one should we start with first?
Same, ISKCON or Gita Press, whichever available. You are asking about the chapter?
No, I'm asking which book should be referred to, the Bhagavad or the Bhagavad Gita?
You can choose the English translation which is provided by ISKCON or Gita Press Gorakhpur. They both have English translation of both these texts. So you may refer whichever available. Yeah.
Then with Pranam Raja, I just had one question. How come Sri Krishna made plants before water? How could they survive?
See, it was just Bhagavan didn't create the plants, Bhagavan created the seeds. First of all, Bhagavan created the seeds, and then as all the basic elements were created, gradually everything started flourishing itself. Even the plants, animals, everything. So Prithvi, Jal, Tej, Vayu and Akash. These are the 5 basic elements which were created by Bhagavan, and they were made available as a part of environment to the living organisms which were gradually created. So Bhagavan created the seeds, and then everything flourished after availability of the needed environment.
Okay, thank you, Raja. I understand.
So last class we learned about some swabhavad and how that correlates to the science, and science proposes the Big Bang theory, which says that nothing was there and everything was created out of like in a second. And so is there a scientific theory that relates to Brahmavad propounded by Shri Vallabhacharya?
See, as science doesn't accept any such material which is above our physical experience. The theory of science for concluding on any of the rules or regulations of the process is of experimenting with the things. And you can make experiments with only such objects which are in your physical experience.
Okay, I understand.
Lagi
Raja, we are not able to hear.
Sorry, am I audible now?
Ji, Raja.
Okay. So what I was saying is that science doesn't accept the existence of any such material which is above our physical experience, and Brahma cannot be experienced by our sensory organs and not even by our own independent wish. But whenever Bhagavan wants to reveal his form in front of us, only then we can be able to experience him. As Bhagavan provided a special type of eyesight to Arjun, and therefore Arjun was able to see the form of Bhagavan. This is the incident which is explained in Gita. So science concludes everything with experiments, and as no experiment is possible with this sort of theory of Brahmavad, in its exact form, Brahmavad is not accepted by science. But science has the theory of expanding universe. It means everything is just expanding itself, and it was expanded out of a single atom, a single nucleus. Everything has a nucleus, and everything is just an expansion of that atom or that nucleus. This is what we explain is that Brahma is like an atom or a nucleus, and he expands itself in the form of universe. So the material cause itself is the Brahma, and his expansion, his revelation and expression of his infinity is known as universe. So this theory can be related, but yeah, not 100% Brahmavad is not accepted by science, because science cannot accept the theory without any experiment or physical experience. And as per our explanation and understanding, experience or physical experience of Brahma is not at all possible.
Okay, I understand.
Anyone else?
Raja,
Yeah.
I have two questions. The first question is for my
Yes.
kids. So, can you explain that, like a bird view of what we are learning and how it is related with the Thakurji, Siji Baba, Mahaprabhuji, and Pushtimak Sampradaya? That's the first question. Like providing some bird view, so my kid can understand how it is related with our Sampradaya.
See, philosophical aspect is the part of understanding. It means, for example, if someone asks us, why are we serving Shri Krishna? Why are we in the devotional path of Pushti? Why are we accepting the words of Sri Mahaprabhuji and following him? So these are the questions that are answered by philosophical understanding. It means we would say that Krishna is the superior most reality. He is the one who is the creator of this universe, and therefore we must be in his surrenderance. So without understanding the divine form of Krishna, devotion is not possible. For example, if I am not knowing anyone, for example, if I don't know you, I cannot love anyone. Without understanding that person, we cannot have any of the feeling for them. Same way, if we are not able to understand the divine form of Krishna, we won't be able to be his devotee. Nothing about him will be adorable for us. So, philosophical understanding gives us the understanding regarding superiority of Krishna, and after understanding that, we can be his devotee. And we can relate ourselves and the universe with him also. For example, if I consider that I am not a part of Brahma, we are distinct. This universe is something else and Brahma is something else, then we won't be able to relate our life, our existence and the relation with Brahma. And therefore, only if we understand our relation with Brahma, we understand that our existence and his existence are related with each other. We are particles of Brahma. We are like a drop of a whole infinite ocean of Brahma. We can be his devotee with much better understanding. If you are not able to understand this much, then only on the basis of faith you will be following Mahaprabhuji, not on the basis of your personal understanding.
Ji, thank you. And the second question is more like an admin question. So this is Pathik. I understood what needs to be done for that definition.